Oh yeah, we have got it working. Alright, Greg is the first go. This is round 7 of the Season 3 World Tour PLR. We've just gotten into qualifying. This is a little special case because we had the 6 hours yesterday for dementia and stuff. So, and because there's such a little, little amount that wants to race again for this track. It's a hate. Everyone hates this track. We've decided that all classes have the 36 minutes to qualify instead of just the AMs for the first 16 minutes and the pros and silvers for the next 20. So everyone is now here to do it. Greg is going to be the first one to set a lap, I believe. Behind him will be Christian Briscoe, Robert Bjorkman. We still have a 19 car. The Broken will be behind that. Then we have Liam Bowe. Still in the pits are Ivo Sorisic, Robert Alavi, Mike Waller, Osric Major, who's just coming out with Mike Waller actually. Lorenzo Soli stays in, Eric McGurra stays in. Let's go back into this field. Can I? It is. I'm just making sure that this is live and we have everything we need. It's good. Yeah, this is good. The first lap times will come after this lap. Yeah, no, this was the lap, so we just don't get to see what they're doing. So, Greg Ellis with a 206.3, what can Bjorkman do? He did invalidate his lap, alright. What can Broken do? Up to P2 with a 207.0. Alright. We have Axel E3, Daniel Montero coming across the last corner. Where will he go up? He'll go up to third. We have Axel, as I was talking about, he's coming across. Jeffrey Witter, James Terry doing the first lap. We did have an validation, sadly. At the 20, the Basher comes across. I think this is an out lap for him. No, it wasn't. It was a lap, and he takes provisional pole with a 206.005. Anyone else? Osric Major, I think, starting his lap. Mike Waller starts his lap. Columbus goes up to P7, and let's go back to Greg Ellis. Let's see. Many of these drivers, actually, how many drivers did we have? 19, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of these drivers were with us yesterday for the 6-hour race against dementia. And let's see what Greg Ellis improves. He improves into the 205, into a 206.797. Takes provisional pole against Victor Bashik. Can Bjorkman do anything about it though? Bjorkman goes into third at 206.770. I think that was just a banker, he wanted a lap in. Brogan goes even quicker at 206.495. Taking pole for the silver, take provisional pole for the silvers. Liam Bowe takes provisional pole for the AMs with a 207.245. Still have not seen it. Oh, Eric McGurr is going out now. I was about to say we've still not seen them out. With Sorisage, Robert Alavi as well. The Brovsky's just returned to the pit lane. That's an invalidated lap. Where do we? Well, we'll see. Does he finish a lap? Is a real lap? This was a real lap. I think this is definitely a not middle lap. This is just out lap for him. Conditions are only fast. This is again same as yesterday where we had the 8 AM start for the race. It's 8 AM quali. Saturday morning, of course, in game, while the race will be at 8 PM on Sunday. So it's going to be an evening race, and the temps are probably going to be the same. Now, I'm pretty interested in the fact that it's only fast, so they can definitely improve quite a lot with this. There's more time on the board. There's probably a second, maybe Greg Ellis improves to a 205.4, so that's nearly a 4/10 improvement. Broken goes up to P3. I see a big improvement from Bjorkman here. It goes up to second, 205.977. We have Daniel Montero. Oh, he's on a Valde lap. Citarius on an out lap. Jeffrey Witter coming across, second last corner. For the SIK6 sim racing team. Cross, and he looks to be on a good improvement here. Goes up to P11. That was an 8/10 improvement on his lap. Who else? Axel Eitri goes across line up to P8. Good lap from him. Victor Bashik comes across the line with a lap as well. Do I see anything else? Goes up to the he goes provisional pole with a 205.317. Oshik Major is a P14 place. He's about to set his lap. Does he? He ran a little bit wide, but does he improve? He does. Down to a 209.262. We still have a few drivers who have not set their laps. Go on board. Jeffrey Wade is on an improvement on his laps first sector. If he can, there's a pretty big gap up to that's a little over 2/10 up to, I don't know what I'm saying with the big gap, but after that, that is a bit of a big gap from Briscoe's lap in 10th to the Profits in 11th. Montero is finding time on his laps as well. People are getting faster. I think that's an out lap for Ricardo Colombo. Greg Ellis did not improve on that lap, even though he was pretty close. Daniel Montero and Jeffrey Witt are still up on their times. See how they go after they cross the line. Should be in some time because Daniel Montero is only by the second last corner on turn 19. Does he improve, Daniel Montero? No, he doesn't. He was just not close enough. I am just trying to find a certain thing for 2 seconds, just trying to find a layout where I can see. Yeah, I'll take this. Just trying to see if I can find a one thing with corners. Yeah, I can do this. Oh, that was a mistake. Ah, good question, Christopher. Good question. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sad too, Victor, about him not being able to do it. But hey, I just get to do it then. I actually don't know, but Christopher, how they can do that. Like, even my voice isn't in a good shape. Who's up on the laps? Greg is up on the laps coming out of the final corner. Is this gonna be an improvement? Will he take away pole? No, he doesn't. It's an improvement still, but not enough to beat Victor off of provisional pole. Colombo is coming out of the final corner. It looks like this is also an improvement. Will it be? It'll be a position. He moves himself up into P13. Anyone else nearby? We have Daniel Montero coming around turn 18 now into turn 19. He's slightly up. He was a bit up a bit earlier, I saw, but this could still be a bit of an improvement. Maybe solidifying his place in the top 5. Yeah, it is an improvement. He goes into into the 206s. God, Eric McGurr is gonna come around the final corner with a lap of his. What will this be? This will be a 207.1, moving up to P7. Good lap from him. Good first lap from him. Lavi is also on his first lap here. They were waiting till the optimum, the track conditions got to optimum, because it was fast earlier on. So we may even see that these lap times are gonna be quicker than what we have seen now, as a few people are still improving their lap times. A lot of people have also invalidated their lap time. Yeah, as Dean says, hit that like button. Now go to the car. I want to see 204s. Well, we are on board of Lavi. Maybe he'll do it for you. Nope, he does a 205.900. Moves him up to P3 though, so it's still a good improvement from James Terry. Is coming around with a good amount of improvement here. What will we see? Will he go up to this top 5? No, he doesn't. Up into P6, but only a 10th away from Broken, who has the silver pole, as I want to call it. Mike Waller is gonna come across the line in a bit. One who was here yesterday for the race. What does he do? He does a 208.2, moves himself up nicely. Anyone else across line? I think Jeffrey Witter is going to be the next, and Eric McGurr, Liam Bowe. We have several drivers coming up, so let's on board of Jeffrey Witter here. Evo Source is still the only driver that has not set a lap. The temperature is actually going up. Jeffrey Witter decides to go into the pits. He was up on his lap. Declan Broken will be the next one on the lap. Liam Bowe will cross the line, but not an improvement there. Then Broken, will he make the gap bigger to his competitors? He will. 206.387 makes it a 2 times gap to James Terry in terms of provisional pole for the silver class. Christian Brusco is next. He will be coming in a few seconds. Now out of the final corner, a good improvement. Can maybe see him take the pole in AM, but no, he goes up to the 11th place, so second in the AM class. Only a little under 2 times up 1/10 up to the pole time of Liam Bowe for the AM class. Ah. Yeah, Victor will go out, he says, and try to do a 204 that Dean is requesting from the comment section. Robert Bjorkman is gonna take 17 and 18, turn 17 into turn 18 here. Into turn 19, he looks like he is on an improvement here. If he makes it stick around these two final corners. Oh, let's see, is there still an improvement there? Yes. Is it enough to beat Robert Alavi? It is up into P3 for Bjorkman. And he's now. You see what Ivo is out, and so we can see he is on a lap. He is gonna see if he can try to take pole away from Greg Ellis that has just improved into a 205.292. Excuse me, I did not see that coming. I was focused on Liam Bowe's big improvement here. If he keeps stick, I do not think that was a good exit. Does it stick at 207.162? Yes, it does. A bit of improvement there. Little 10th. As broken, hasn't invalidated a lap at 205, so that is the potential he has. As Greg is flying out there at the moment. James Hutton will come across the line in a bit to set a good lap. Christian Briscoe will as well, but I think Christian hasn't validated his lap. Yes, he has. We'll focus on James Hutton again. Good lap here again, as I say. Might take AM pole away. Does he? Yes, he does. Up into P9. If 207.042 takes AM pole provisionally. Axel Etri. It's another improvement coming up to the final corner now. Will it be a good final corner? Yes, it does. It's a good final corner for him. How good is that improvement? Up into P13 with a 207.327. Fuck. God. Evo did set a lap in. He did go up to P7. Everybody at 206.91. So you have a good first lap for him. Just a banger as Ricardo Colombo comes across into the second last corner, turn 19 here. A difficult left-hander into the final corner to end a really good lap for him. How good is this lap going to be? It's going to be to P16 place at 208.425. See Greg Ellis in the background is coming around. Will he get into 204s? No, he doesn't, but a small improvement for him at 205.265. Who else is close? Liam Bowe is close on an improvement. Christian Briscoe is on an improvement. Let's go back to Liam Bowe. He is going to be in the final sector. Actually be in the final turn. A good final corner for him this time by. Moves himself up to P7. Snatches himself provisional pole for the AM class with a 206.702. That's a nice lap from Liam. That looks very good in hands. He has definitely improved from yesterday. Maybe that yesterday race must have helped. A lot of people with the pace. As we see, Ivo Sorosic. Will he improve on this lap? For right now, provisionally he does improve, but there's still one corner to go. As we have 15 minutes left of qualifying. Does he improve? Does he get ahead of Liam Bowe again? No, he doesn't. A 206.762. That's all he could muster lap, but it looks like he'll go for another shot. No, Dabrowski is the only one I can see improving, so we'll follow Dabrowski in the Ford Mustang GT3. The noise of this car. Phenomenal. You can see that both Greg Ellis, Victor Boschuk Robert Bjorkman and Robert Alavi is on track, and they're about to start their laps to see if they can try to fight for pole that Greg Ellis does have. Going back to Dubrovsky, a big improvement here. This is looking around. If he keeps this up, it's looking around over, probably maybe up to, I'm gonna say maybe up to P9, maybe even higher if he can keep it up, but we'll see. As he comes into turn 19, the difficult left-hander, easy to get a track cut out or invalidate your lap on the exit. Look, that looked good. That looked good too at the final corner. Now, does he go up to what I said, this P9? He does with a 206.907. Just barely up into 300s faster than Daniel Montero. Look at Evo. Evo is on maybe an improvement, maybe not. It's quite close, but he is the one who's about to cross, who's the closest to the line. So we'll see if he can find time. He does find it. 2:10s just in this turn 19, so he's definitely made a good third sector come around here. A good last two corners. Where does he go up? Does he go up to P5? Yes, he does. At 206.350. Moves himself up into P3. Or P5, sorry. Now, interestingly, I'm just gonna go into as he finds 210 in the first corner. While we're gonna look at Eric McGurrow, I want to look into the sector side really quickly of the cars of the top 3, maybe even top 4. So, the one who has the fastest sector 1 is McGurrow. Sets a lap, goes up to P10. Nice lap from him. It's actually Victor. Victor, who has the fastest first sector, is 26.3. Is is fast over 2/10 clear of any faster than anyone in that sector. He also has the best second sector, but as again, the muscles of this Ford Mustang. But it struggles in the first sector where he's over less than a 50.4, while the best has been a 49.7 there. So yeah, strengths and weaknesses for all cars as people are going in the pit, probably getting ready for this final run that we are gonna have. James Terry is on an out lap here. Mike Waller is about to cross the line with an improvement at 208.097. That was way better than yesterday. That's good for Mike. Nobody is kinda on a lap. I think Major is in the pits. Mike Wall is in the pits. Ellis is on an out lap, so he thinks he has enough now with this fuel and tires to maybe go for the last 4 or 5 laps that he gets here. Eric McGurrow is on a stellar lap so far. By the time he's light, he's going faster than before. Can he get himself ever into the top 10? That is the question everyone will ask him. Is James Hutton behind? Ooh, that was he invalidated it there, Eric McGurrow. Sadly, he did. As we can see, just stops the car. Doesn't want to do it. Any more of that. James Hutton is on an improvement here. It looks to be a very good improvement. It looks to be even good enough if he gets a good final corner. He does. He will take away the pole for the AM class up into P8. Takes it away from Liam Bowe with a 206.517. That is the provisional AM class now. Lead pole. I see a lot of red lap times right now, people. Many people have been validated of doing out laps. James Terry is not one of those though. He has a clean lap and also gonna improve here. Goes up to P8. So it's away from James Hutton. 206.505. Pretty close. From Evo, it's down to 13th. That's under 6th. That's 9 positions even. What has happened here with oh no, Bjorkman just went a bit. Okay, so I'm go very slow. As James Hutton is on an improvement again on his lap. He's trying to extend his lead for this AM provisional pole position. Dean, are you still in the stream? Not much to say. There are some people that are improving on laps, but the major one is James Hutton now. I looked away for a little bit, just checking on the chat, and he did lose a little bit on his lap, but he does gain it back in the final corner. Will he go into the 20s, low 206? Yes, he does. 206.352 goes up to P6. What a lap from James Hutton. James, I have to make sure it's James. Yeah, it is James. We have two James people. As Stairman has been creeping in for P1 and P2. They have not set any good laps recently. They haven't even got improved. They haven't been looking at an improvement. Any of them, as James Terry is on improvement though. In P9, will he go up to even P7? No, P8 it will be 206.45. This midfield or this battle for the silver pole is getting tighter and tighter as we go on in this qualifying. Interestingly though, this AM time, AM pole is actually better. It's not Robert Larry, yes it was, but he is on, it says it's in a validated lap on my end, but I think it's actually on a lap here. As Jeffrey Wader is in the final sector into turn 18. A lot of curb. He is about, maybe for no, he just stops. He found out that it wasn't gonna improve, so just wants some new tires. As we see PLR Esports finest man, Greg Ellis, having provisional pole for the last 10-15 minutes, and he looks like to be improving on this lap here. Victor Boschik is also looking to improve on his lap here, but he is further back, only just coming on into turn 8 and 9. We'll go back up to Greg Ellis because it looks like he is on a good improvement. He may even go into 204s that Dean wants Victor earlier. We shall see as he goes into turn 19 now. That looked good. He did not invalidate it. He went clean into the final corner. Is it good enough? Is this going to be good enough? Is it going to be a 204? No, it won't. It's 205.147, so an improvement, but not enough to go into the 204s to make this team to completely make it so he's gotten pole. Unlocked down after all. Victor coming out to 70, 80. Ooh. As he will now try to see if he can go into the 204s. As naturally, this provisional pole that Greg Ellis has got. If a good final corner here, and I think he will have a 204. Nope, a 205.030. Times were irritating my thing, but that is provisional pole for Victor Boschek, so ever changing it is. But everyone in the top 5 except for Bjorkman is on a lap, and they all are improving actually right now. Back down to Daniel Montero, someone who wasn't in the 6 hours yesterday. He should not be as furious as some of the other drivers who was there yesterday. I would just think, pleasant time, a bit more pleasant in it than was. Is he on? He is on an improvement on this lap as well. Might take away. He is, I think, gonna take away with a good exit here and take away the silver poles. He does. He goes into 5th at 206.252, and as we saw, Eric McGurrow did have the silver pole before, as he's going P8. Greg is the next across the line, I think on a significant lap. No, Lorenzo Soldi is, but he is so far off his delta that I don't even want to look. Oh, Greg improves into a 205.070. 400s are the top 2 now. Robert Live is next to crossline, and he is also an improvement. Will he steal P3 away from Bjorkman? Yes, he does. As I also saw Osric Major have a good lap for his for the standards. Can he get up to P18? There's a 3.5 tenth gap. Sorry. As Victor also goes into pit lane, I think that's provisional. That is pole position for Victor as Osric Major goes into P18. I think that is clear. No, Victor wants. I don't think you can. Victor, I think you're too. It's too late. Regulus wants to have one last shot of this, but Victor also cannot go for another lap. So that can't Bjorkman and Montero and Ricardo Colombo. So we are about to see the final laps here, ladies and gentlemen. So we're about to see the final laps here, ladies and gentlemen. But some will have one more lap. Such is Declan Brogan. Even if he invalidates this lap, he does have one more he can try on. It's looking very good so far on this lap, though. It's a valid lap. He didn't go off of any place. Is he gonna steal away pole position for the silvers? Yes, he does. Into 5th place at 206.085. Steals away from Daniel Montero. And Daniel Montero does not have any more laps. And Broken does not have more. He returns to the garage. As we're gonna look at Liam Bowe. Will Liam Bowe improve his lap? No, he doesn't. He sadly just lost us out of the end there. So the next to cross the line will be Robert Alavi, Osric Major, with valid laps that is, then James Terry. So we're going to see with that one, Robert Alavi. Is on a good improvement here. Is this pole position? Yes, it is! A 204.920. And he says thank you to Victor and Greg. Just taking it and steals away pole position from them. Now, Osric Major was the next to cross the line with a good valid lap here for his. Does he move even higher up the grid? Yes, he does a P17. 208 flat from his. And James Terry is the next to cross the line, as we see the checker flag out. No more laps for the people crossing the line. James Terry takes silver pole at 205.980. Now the silvers are in the 205s, as we have Mike Waller still on a lap, Jeffrey Witter still on a lap, James Hutton still on a lap. So we will see what they can do. All our improvements of what I can see of them all these 6 drivers. James Hutton may be a bit off his lap, but he has not given up. Oh, that was very wide by Mike Waller. He definitely will lose some time here, but can he still find an improvement even with that big mistake? One's very wide there and Valdez left, so that is it for him. Jeffrey Witter will come across the line into P14. A nice improvement for him at 206.930. Brusco has no more laps. We're just gonna wait on Craig Ellis if he has a lap here. Into turn 13, turn 14 here. Then comes into the double left-hander of 15, 16. And into the right-handers here of 17. And then into turn 18 afterwards. He is off of his lap at the moment. It does look like, ladies and gentlemen, that Robert Alavi does have pole, unless Greg Ellis finds an alien-like last corner. He doesn't, I can tell you that on the times he gives up there. So Robert Alavi will start for pole position. That is qualifying. Next will be the race, and first will be a rundown of it. Robert Bjorkman's son is in the, or daughter is in the chat. So I can definitely see who you're supporting go-kart career. As we're gridding, we will as we will go for a rundown of the grid here. Robert Larry, who takes the pole in the Porsche. Victor Boschik is in P2, locking out the first row of the grid with his Ford Mustang. Now, Greg Ellis will start as we just go back into, before we do, we'll go into a camera here, a helicam shot of this instead. Greg Ellis will lead the row 2 in third place in his Ferrari. Robert Bjorkman is P4 alongside him, running out this second row of the grid. Then we see the pole for the Silvers in P5. In the third row of James Terry, and then Declan Brogan alongside him in the P6, locking out that third row. Then we have Daniel Montero in P7 and Eva Sorge is P8, and P9 is the AM's pole with James Hutton, and Eric McGurrow runs out the top 10 with his Ford. Lorenzo Tosoli is P11, Ian Bowe is P12, Yaroslav Dubrovsky is P15, Jeffrey Witter P14, Axel Itchen P15, Christian Brusco runs out the row 8, 16th place. Osric Major is P17, Mike Waller P19, P18 said, sorry, Ricardo Colombo is P19 running the grid, taking the grid off. Now, since there will be a formation lap and also this little timer, I will go and get a drink, so I'm ready for the race start. Yes, Liam. Wait, special lyric. Wait, is it the? Oh, it's this car. It's Team OTF and not Beans. Oh God, it's the wrong livery. It's the wrong livery, Liam. It's not the one he used in World Tour. That's the one from yesterday. Beans and hoops, yes. Orange tinted hoops. Mike usually has the hoops. I run beans until it is mixed for. Yeah, but he has both, as you can see. He has both. He has that livery. It's not his. What did you say it was? It was the hoops. So it's not just the hoops. It's the heaps. It's the beans and hoops. Oh God, it's weird saying that. Liam, will we have a chaotic start like yesterday? That's the question. Hey Liam, hop into the broadcasting VC, come on. You might as well join me for fun. It's the beginning to form their formation now. Getting into the Rose Beach. The vigil, where is a good... I have never found a good angle for this. Robert Larry will lead the way. Went to the line. This won't be the start-finish line, if I remember. Yes, it will be the line up by the lights that will give it up. So we'll turn into this camera. Beans for the victory. Alright, Dean. And we're off. Green, green, green. As Robert has a very good start off the line, but Victor tries to go up on the inside into turn 1. And Greg and Robert behind him are also side by side. I think Bjorkman takes it away from Greg there, so he goes in position up. As it looked like everyone survived turn 1 of lap 1. Now let's see if they can go through the S's without any problems. So we do see actually E3 go off, but does not impede anyone. It's a salty. If you win a little battle here, as you see excellent E3 going side by side with Ricardo Colombo and Mike Waltler. Ricardo Colombo going side by side with, again with excellent E3. But up ahead, Robert Lari, clearly already a 1 second gap to Victor Boschik. As Dabrowski said, doesn't take a move on Liam Burrows. Liam has not had the best starts. One of the best starts, but a start nonetheless. As he will try to slipstream against this Ford, but the Ford is so good in a straight line that I don't even think it will happen. Top 4 was clean of the start. Even Sorisic and Eric Magura was fighting for P7. Everyone has survived. No kind of incidents we have seen so far. If I had a better replay system, I would actually go back to watch the start again, but no. Now, the gaps I have are a bit misleading than the ones in the sector lines, I feel. As Robert is nearly 1 second away, or has nearly taken a 1 second lead over Victor after lap 1. Rick Ellis did lose out with turn 1 with Bjorkman, but is still there. Broken is also still there with Ellis, and James Terry is not far behind either. Ivo Sorisic has lost a little bit of touch with this group, same as James Hutton. And also Axel Etri is going for a move here on Ricardo Colombo. He did have a look, but no, he doesn't. Josh Major has had a slight problem with turn 1. Did lose 2 seconds, just out and about. Seems like Robert Bjorkman cannot keep up in the first sector with Victor. Robert Alavi, he seems to struggle there as Greg Ellis gets even closer than before, and him onto the long straight here as James Terry is quite close to Declan Broken behind. Two Silvers battling. Does James Terry have a look into turn 12? He does, but he thinks better of it. Does not want to sacrifice it right here, right now. Lorenzo Soldi is going side by side with Jeffrey Witter, so that's a position for Lorenzo Soldi, I believe it is. Christian Briscoe also gets a position, but Jeffrey Witter ran very wide, but they are going side by side. Ooh, they were near to collecting each other there. Two Ferraris, as Axel Etri saying, "Thank you very much, now I'm in this battle as well." And he drags along Ricardo Colombo and Mike Waller. Liam Bowen and Yasov Dabrowski is also in a fight for P10. We saw this in lap 1. Colombo is close here. He lost a bit of time in turn 18 there. As Robert Alavi sets the fast lap with a 205.692 and asserts dominance over the grid. God. Any gaps anywhere we can see? Starting this little train here from Ivo Sorisic down to Liam Bowe. This train is starting to widen up a bit as he has lost touch to James Terry. So James Terry is still fighting with Declan Brogan, and Greg Ellis is still fighting with Robert Bjorkman. So we're having fights and fights, and Victor takes a move on Robert Larry. I think Robert Larry did have that looked very weird, as we'll continue on with this, going side by side on the straight. That Ford just has so much straight line speed that it just breezes past the Porsche. But Robert goes back into the slipstream and loses that position. Now that looked to me like a mistake, as it is. As Eric Magura has a little look on Ivo Sorisic. Axel E3 has a little. Oh, Mike Waller goes to the inside on Ricardo Colombo behind and breaks very, very late. Ooh, just stops it, but does not complete the overtake. Larry is still right, even though he got overtaken, is still right behind Victor Boschik, as we saw in the as I said in the second times in the qualifying session. The Ford struggles a lot in the third sector compared to every other car, so that is where Robert has the better pace. Where it is. We have two Roberts in the top 3, with Robert Larry in P2 and Robert Bjorkman in P3. Wait. Since go-kart career, if you're still here, is it Bjorkman or Bjorkman? Is it an O or an Ö in Bjorkman's name, really quickly? Liam, I don't know. We'll see. I expect Victor to get a drive-through at some point, maybe. Just a curse I'm putting on. I think some people does have one already. One warning. As I can tell you that Robert Lavi, Greg Ellis, Liam Bowe, and have invalidated this laps, and many other people have invalidated the lap before. As Liam Bowe has to look on the inside of Yosa Dabrowski into turn 11, but decides not to do it. Decides to go for the better exit. He should have probably just taken it, because that is a Ford he is going to go against, and I don't believe that this Ferrari has straight line speed to overtake the Ford, as we can see here. As actually he goes for the inside, on a move on the inside of Jeffrey Witter at turn 11, back in the background. As Soldi is having a battle with James Hutton, actually E3 and Jeffrey Witter going side by side. That was near enough contact there. Jeffrey on the inside, Axel on the outside, and Mike Waller, not Mike Waller, Ricardo Colombo breaks very late, goes around the outside of Jeffrey Witter, turns into the inside of turn 13, but does not complete that pass. So excellent fighting back in the back of the lower field, lower ends of the field. A little bit of stalemate between Robert Alavi and Boschek, but Bjorkman has closed in a bit. He did do a bell lap, as both of these guys did invalidate last steps, and as I said, they might have a little warning, one or two of them each. We'll see later in the race how much that counts. Yesterday in the 6 hours race, a lot of people got drive-throughs, track cuts. As Mike Waller is very close to Ricardo Colombo, he is quite close. Does he look up the inside into turn 1? He does, but Ricardo Colombo defends it well. Sort of like the Verstappen Hamilton move yesterday, but Mike Waller knew he couldn't outbreak it, so he didn't. While Verstappen in that Formula 1 race, let's not commentate anymore. That as go back to Lorenzo Soldi, putting pressure on James Hutton. Having commentated 6 hours races, I can feel my throat going up every 4 minutes or so. I sort of had a look into turn 11, but wants the better exit. Does he get it? It looks like he doesn't, but he will get the slipstream. Is he close enough? I do not believe so. But as James Terry is putting pressure on Declan Broken for the silver win. And Robert Alavi is still right behind Victor Boschek. Greg Ellis is right behind Robert Bjorkman. Bjorkman has got a little bit of a problem. Oh. Oh, the great banter in the chat. Also, thanks for the clarification there, Goka Kyria. It's Bjorkman, then. I'll say it like that. As Lorenzo Soldi is very close up here in turn 18 of James Hutton. Is he close enough for a little look into turn 19? He decides not to have it, decides to stay close. Liam Bowe has a little look to the final corner on Joseph Dabrowski from P10. Seems like these two are this battle for P10 and then P12 are the closest battles we have right now. I can tell you, Dean, just for fun with what you said about Victor. Victor has not has only had one valid lap so far. Good motivation. As Greg Ellis and Robert Alavi are very close to. Greg Ellis very close to Bjorkman, as Alavi is very close to Boschek here. But I do not believe Alavi will have a chance to overtake this, not on this straight. He'll have to go for a very audacious dive or something in the first sector where Ellis has a little bit of a better chance on the McLaren against the McLaren so far. Like McGurra has been fighting even so throughout the start of this race. Daniel Montero is starting to knock on the door here. He's just joined the party, just looking, having his popcorn ready and just watching. Limbo is very close to this. Well, fourth person in GT3 as Leon Sosoli does overtake James Hutton. Or was that, I think James Hutton, was that a mistake out of it? Or was he letting it go? I think what James Hutton did was he was letting Leon Sosoli go. Yes, he was. Eric Magura has gone for the inside and goes for the move here on Ivo Sorosic. While that was happening, he did go through it. If we go 15 seconds back, as we can see from that point, this is how the fight was into turn 13 or 14. Eric has lost the position again, so a mistake has happened somewhere. Ooh, contact into turn 16. Actually, let's go 30 seconds back. Better replay. Let's see the whole thing. This is the problem. I don't know how much to go far back, but I can tell you that this is just testing. Still a testing thing for me, since it's the second time I use this. Ooh, Evo pushes him off, but Eric does not lose to Daniel Montero. At least Snebo had a very good look around the outside here. We also Dabrowski then as well. Greg Ellis is very close on Robert Bjorkman. Dean, who is a steward for us and an admin, could probably say what he thinks happened in this incident here. That's the first incident of the race. Let's hope there aren't any more. Ah, okay. So that's why your name's that. Okay. Go back career. Oh, I'm just gonna call you Brockman's son, child. Like Waller and Ricardo Coleman, they've also kind of fought for the same. Gaps are starting to appear now, but we still have battles. We're about to be soon 15 minutes into the race. It's 14 and 10 seconds. Victor, how many, Victor, this is again an invalidated lap. You should be careful, sir. This Greg Ellis is very close, but not close enough down that straight. So same here for Daniel Montero. Guro, Mike Waller, also Majors has nearly caught these two as well. So it might be a freeway battle soon. Dabrowski is actually looking like he is also going to catch Montero's, making this maybe even a 4, even a 5-way fight for P7. Evo is struggling a bit, I feel like, compared to yesterday. Maybe not, he did have a good car yesterday, he did have a good run, but maybe he's struggling a bit today. Daniel Montero is very close to Eric Magura out of that final corner. Is there a chance for Daniel Montero into the first turn? Does not have a look as the luck, but might have a switchback. No. A bit more of a calm now. Gaps have happened. Battles are cooling a bit off as there's a few more tenths from each people. Robert is still under second from Victor. Greg Ellis is still pressuring Robert Bjorkman. The battle for P5 that was between Broken and Terry have calmed down a bit. It is 1.2 seconds between them. McGregor has sneaked under the 1 second on Evo again. So, but not close enough to a move or anything. He needs to try to get up to the rear a bit very much closer, though he is in the fourth, so it is OP, so maybe he can try something in a lap or two's time. Can I even see how many legs I have? Oh wow, I can. Okay. Just checking chat and stuff. I don't think there's anything new. Greg Ellis is this is a close battle as of right now between him and Robert Bjorkman. It's starting to be a big gap between Axel Itri and Christian Briscoe. This might be where. Actually, don't worry, I don't know what I'm saying there. I was trying to start something there, but I'm just nope. My brain was like nope. Greg Ellis is quite close to Robert Bjorkman this time after the final corner. Gets good run out of here. He may have a chance into turn 1, or he has set it up perfect. Maybe he have set it up really good. If he gets that straight, the main straight between turn 11 and turn 12, Rick Ellis is not gonna make the move stick here. As if we go for the times, just really quickly. Victor did a 2:05.7. Robert Alavi did a 2:05.5, the best lap so far. 2:06.3 for Bjorkman and 2:05.9 for Greg Ellis. So it's looking like that Bjorkman is struggling a bit here, or has made a mistake in the last lap. Give me 2 seconds. I have a fly to kill. Alright, I'm back. Had to kill a fly. Any change in the gaps on the front? Yes, Eric Magura is on the inside of Eva Socius was defending on Eric Magura here. I believe, yes it was, as Eric Magura is defending now from Daniel Montero in turn 13. Turn 14 looks like a solid defense there, but losing ground on Evo again. Robert Lively has lost time on Victor, now 1.6, as Greg Ellis in the background runs very wide of turn 19. That was might have been a cut. Might have actually saved it from a cut by going that far. As Lorenzo Tosoli and Dabrowski, this is still a fight. This is a new fight. Liam Bro has actually dropped back. He's lost the place to Salty. He has made a mistake somewhere. As Tosoli just said, thank you very much to that position. Mike Waller and Jeffrey Witter. So Mike Waller did overtake Ricardo Colombo a few laps ago. Has gotten up to Jeffrey Witter to battle for 16th place. Also, Major's in the pit lane, so he's taking his pit stop now. This is interesting. Maybe it was cause of damage, maybe it was something else. Doesn't look like it. He hasn't been off anywhere, as I can see. Greg Ellis is very close on Robert Bjorkman here. Is he? It's down to 2/10. It's under 2/10 now. Is he going for a move? Yes, he does. Breaks late into turn 12 on the inside and gets the move done. Also, Robert Bjorkman is going to look to the outside. Going to go side by side again into turn 13. Robert Bjorkman takes the switch back, but Greg says no to that. Defends it very well of turn 14, 15. Runs a bit wide of turn 16. Gonna go side by side turn 17 here. Greg on the inside will have a better run through than Robert Bjorkman. Bjorkman might have a better momentum out. No, that is a move done for position, as Daniel Montero is putting pressure on Eric Maguro on the outside of turn 17, 18, as we just saw earlier with Ellis and Bjorkman. But it's like Bjorkman, he cannot keep the move stick. As Salty looks up the inside of the final corner here on Dabrowski. Just enough room for there, given there to each other, and that is a move done. But it is a Ford Mustang on a straight, and let's see if Dabrowski can come back into turn 1. Looks up the inside. He is ahead of the corner. Yes, he is ahead, but Solid plays smart. Gets the switchback, goes around the outside into turn 2 and 3. But Dabrowski just gets enough of that traction in the forward to defend that. as James Hutton goes to the pit lane now. He wants to get fresh boots after 9 laps of this race. Actual 10 laps of this race, sorry. Oh, he does, Liam. Thanks for that upgrade. So Liam has just told me Mike is on a mission. He has to get ahead of Jeffrey Witter to finish ahead of him in the standings. That's nice. Liam, can you look at the... I do not have anything with the standings, but I will... 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds to see if I can find anything with the standings right now. Can I do anything with the standings? As we see Liam Bow, let's Solly and this Dabrowski have a battle still. Just for 2 seconds, gonna look through on this. What should we call it? Standings. So, update on the standings really quickly. Need scoring as well. Just need overall. But we'll run with it as I found it now. As Sol is looking around the outside of Dabrowski, that move as Sol is not done. As Broken has come up to this fight of Bjorkman and Ellis, as Alavi is going 4 times faster last time by than Victor, so that battle may start again some later. But Liam Bow and Sawyer put pressure on this Ford Mustang of Joseph Dabrowski. So, in terms of the championship, now having found the standings of the World Tour, Robert Bjorkman, after my calculations here, is leading the race. Is leading the what did I say? Leading the championship so far. Sorry. And where Greg Ellis is P2 in that. So this is a battle also for the championship. Though I believe, yeah, the race is the points are too far for just being in a position that he needs to do. Bjorkman needs to have a very bad race here for Greg Ellis to be champion. As Mike Waller goes into the pits as well to cover off James Hutton, I guess, with the pit stop. Also on that note for the championship, Robert Alavi is looking like a secure P3 in the championship for the pros if he keeps the stick, as there's no Andres Olino here today. Even Daniel Montero might move on a position on Andres if he does well enough. And it's a battle for Daniel and Eric for the championship. That's 5 points between them. This is a battle right here. We see it now for the championship of the Silvers. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. Now there are 3. So by now, Eric will get 73 points for MP8 and Daniel Montero gets 70. Right now, before this race, Daniel Montero was on 386 points and Eric was on 381 points as Lorenzo Soli decides to go into the pits to try and undercut on these people. But as I was saying with the points, that is a 5 points difference between Eric and Daniel coming into this round. So Eric needs to be 2 or even 3 positions ahead of Daniel to win this championship in the silver class. Is there anyone else? This AM, if I look into the AM class of the standings, as we saw Lorenzo Solo did go in, Limbo is putting pressure on Dabrowski just like he's done all race long, with Lorenzo Solo now being away. Christian Brusco is looking secure on this as Dabrowski gets a drive-through, first drive-through of the day, ladies and gentlemen, with 26.5 minutes gone. Dabrowski has a drive-through, but as I was saying, looks like to me that also I cannot say the standings. Wait a second. 2 seconds, but I might have done it wrong. Liam? Liam, are you still in the chat? That is sad for this battle, because we were looking forward to this battle as it was. I need Liam. Or Dean, any of the two. I need a little confirmation. Do we go, so, as terms of standings, do we go for the, how should I say it? Actually, I'm gonna put it in Discord real quickly. I was about to say, do I have to, with the standings on SimGrid, with how it is, I have to put them on each of the classes to look at the actual order, to actually look at the standings, right, and not the overall standings. Oh, okay, points are based on overall. Also standing wise, because then there may be a because then there may be a little bit of a different chance here. Alright, go back to overall for me this while I have it, because this is a championship ending race. Battles have died down, as we see still a comfortable gap for Victor ahead of Robert Lavi. Comfortable gap for Greg against Bjorkman after he attacked, which Ellis is a bit quicker than the guys ahead of him, so let's last time by. It's yeah, it's overall. Okay, then I'll look for the overall and see how that is. I was thinking that myself. So if I look down, I want to look at the AMs. Where do I have the AMs? What is, so Christian Briscoe has this under control. Then I was about to say it might have been closer than it was, but nope. So just to give you all a clearance, Christian Briscoe, which we will just be on board of now, is leading the AMs in the standings with 343 points. He's actually tied with Lorenzo Tosoldi right now in the standings. But Tosoldi is a silver driver. And the next AM driver is Victor Colombo with 280 points. That's 63 points difference. That's a lot to ask for one race, I have to say. Yeah. Same here as Robert Larry, Iwasaurus, Eric McGurr, and Liam Bowe are going into the pits. Having to cut myself off of my thoughts there, sorry Liam, because I'm about to answer that. But no, this is actually Robert Larry takes the undercut on Victor Bashik. Iwasaurus decides to join with him, Eric McGurr, Liam Bowe, as I said, and also in the background, Axel E3, if I can actually just click him, has also decided to go in the pits. 5 cars. That is P2, P7 in the pits, P8 as well, sorry. Now that is interesting as Robert is done with his pit stop. Now this is a pit stop for tires, they have to do tires and fuel. So I'm guessing they also do fuel. As last time by, Greg Ellis was the fastest of everyone with a 206.070. 410 faster than the leader and 810 faster than Robert Bjorkman P3. Now does Robert Lavi get on cleaner? Yes he does. Eric McGurr and Iwasaurus are side by side out of pit lane. Who gets the better traction out? A little bit of contact, a little bit of Adibashi. As turn 1, ooh, a little bit more of contact there. But Eric McGurr, I think, is gonna give that one back. Is he? No, he is staying on the inside into the S's and wins that position in the pits. Solly has actually very much undercut Liam Bowe. Actually, Itch is coming out and Dabrowski has decided to spin. Victor is in the pits, leader is in the pits. As I see a spinner here. We'll go back. Iwasaurus has spun out of turn 6. Oh, he just touches the rear end of Eric Magura's car and spins around, loses the position to Lorenzo Tosoldi. As I said, Victor's in, Robert Bjorkman's in, James Terry's in, Daniel Montera's in. Pit stops are happening. And after the pit stop, we will go back to the conversation we have with the chat, with Liam in chat. Because everything's going off. Will Christian Brusco also join him in the pits? Yes, they will. Will Jeffrey Witter also go in the pits? No, he stays out for another lap. So 3 people have decided will stay. Nope, Jeffrey Witter does. That was a very late call there, I saw. So Greg Ellis and Declan Brown will be the only 2 yet to pit. As I want to look at lap time, so it's, ooh, Robert Larry's stop was actually very long time. And Victor is coming out of the pit lane now. Where's Robert around the track? As we can see on the minimap, he is coming now up here. I think Robert Larry has lost position to Robert Bjorkman. Maybe they're going to go. No, he hasn't. He's just ahead, but that does not bode well for Robert when Greg has gone to pit. So it was a longer pit stop for Robert Alari. A pit stop time of 1 minute and 17 seconds, while Victor and Bjorkman did 1:11. 1 minute 11, so 6 seconds gained. But the message people as Eric Maguro has actually lost to Daniel Montero in the pit stop, so the overcut has worked for Daniel Montero. Also, it's all the way down to 10 for that little spin we saw earlier, as Christian Brusco has got a stop go 30 for speeding in the pit lane. I told him he just needed to finish, not to do it, but yeah. Yes, he should, Dean. You're correct. I even believe Deck. But I don't think Broken gets 5. But I think Broken will have, if he has a good pit stop, he might even be there as well. We'll have a look here with Greg Ellis. Where does he feed out? Does he feed out ahead of Alive? He's coming into turn 13, 14 now. Greg has stopped. The time is ticking away. It's Eric Maguro. It's going on around the inside of Daniel Montero meanwhile, but did not complete the pass. This is again a fight for the championship in the silvers as we know it. As if I go back to the standings, as I believe Greg is coming out of his pit box. Yes, he is. So this is going to be close. Where is Alavi? Alavi is around the final corner now. Greg is nowhere near the line. Was that a good pit stop for Greg? It was a decent pit stop and he's out. Limiter removed. Now does he get ahead of Robert Alavi? Go on Helicam to see. Yes, he does. Greg is up to provisional P2. Overcut has worked. Liam Bowe has gotten a drive-through penalty for track limits, everyone. That's the second of the day. Go back to this thing. Greg Ellis, Robert Alavi. But that bodes well for Broken, because Broken was only was 1.5, 1.6 away from Greg. So with a good pit stop, he might even be might be between Alavi and Bjorkman when he comes out. As we see a lap cut, that is Ricardo Colombo just off in turn 15, 16. Oh, not great, but Broken. Broken is the only one yet to pit, as we see Liam go in for his drive-through and Christian go in for his stop-go. Now we can return to what I was earlier about the championship. So Daniel was 5 points ahead of Eric, as I saw it was about. That's 2, maybe even 3 positions, depending where. But Eric has to be ahead in this race on Daniel Montero. As we'll go back to this Robert Alavi, Greg Ellis fight while I'm talking about standings, the not non-fun things here. The most important after all is more how this race goes than the championship position, I think, as it is. I want to look back into positions, as I was saying, as with good rounds, even with Victor winning this, if he does win this race, if you just getting a good result, He might also jump Andres Oleno. I think he actually will drop Andres Oleno in the standings, so he might move himself up to P6, maybe P5. But that can we only tell later on. That is coming for sure. As Stecklenbroken is out of pit lane. That looked like a good stop from him. It was a good stop, but it wasn't enough to be in this fight. It was just a little bit slow on the end lap. Sadly, as this battle for P2 is now between Greg Ellis, Robert Olavi, and Robert Bjorkman, as Eric Maguro is very close to Daniel Matera going into turn 1. Oh, a bit of contact. Oh, a little bit of a Hamilton Verstappen moment as of yesterday, if I can compare that to it. But here they both they do have contact, but here they're more respectful, where Eric lets Daniel keep the position. Was a bit of a forceful dive there, if I have to say so. Dean, I will, but there's also other things happening, and I think I need to show everyone, like every battle there is, I need to have an eye on. But yeah, when there are 3 to 4 battles around, I'm like trying to stay as close to all battles as I can. Is there any other fun fact now that we are staying in this? Anything with other? Let's look at, what can I look at here? Let's look at where Liam is. So Liam, just by finishing today, Liam Bro, by finishing today, he'll get ahead of Conrad Siata and Robert Jennings and Philip Hopper and maybe, and also Sanjin Blesic, I believe. Maybe, so he will maybe jump up to what is 33rd position in the standings, but that is just not the thing we want to see. We want to see who wins, well, not who wins, but how this goes. Spurgman has gotten out of the second, as Witter has overtaken Mike Waller. Let's find that on a replay. No, this was a move that Mike Waller was trying to do. I think that this pass may have happened back after the, or not a pass, but only a defense. Mike Waller was nearly there, but decided to play it safe. As Eric Maguro learns to solve it. Oh, I saw that. Someone was waving a black and orange flag across there. Who is that who has a black and orange flag? Or was that just a glitch? That is, come back to that later, as this battle for P7 is heating up just like the battle for P2 is. It's a triple fight. So is this battle for P12 between Jeffrey Witter, Mike Waller, and James Houghton. This battle for class win actually is between the Ferrari, the Aston, and the Lambo of the 3 car drivers. Satisfied Dean, I'll stay here for a lap and see what happens. We have under 20 minutes to go. So, when Victor crosses the line this time by, there should be 10 laps remaining. You heard it right, 10 laps remaining. Maybe 9, depending on his lap times. Maybe only 9. Had to keep myself hydrated, as Mike Waller is very close again, this time by down to turn 12. Going for the move, more confidence in him. He's trying to outbrake Jeffrey Witter for this championship win. This class win in the AMs. Jeffrey Witter held it together there. But the more of these that are fighting, the more they're gonna allow Dabrowski and Liam Bow coming back up into this battle. So they have to be careful then of that. as Alavi and Bjorkman, about 6/10 between them, and also with Greg Ellis. So that fight is not as exciting at the moment as this is, because Michael has a great run into the out of that turn 19. Decides to have a look, but compromises his exit now. Maybe yes, he did, and he does not gain the best traction out of it. So there won't be any move. But as we can see, Dabrowski is just a second behind, and so is Liam. This is the ebbs and flows. The more you fight, the more you lose time, the more others gain on you. As Eric McGurk breaks very late on Daniel Montero. Now, if I remember correctly, let's say this was a move. No, even if this was what the class would not be for. I don't like our point system. Eric McGurk is looking up the inside into turn 13 as I'm talking about point systems here. And keeps it on the inside of turn 14. They're gonna go side by side into the left end of 15 and 16. Now here Eric McGurk is on the outside. Yeah, I was about to say he will run very wide there. Very hard to overtake, as Dabrowski has overtaken Mike Waller. And I believe this was down the habit. No, it wasn't. It was way earlier, sadly. We do not have the replay for that. I can tell you, Mike Waller did not have a move. Did not move back up on him at turn 12. So this battle is now a 5-way battle, as Liam has a look around the outside of turn 13 up on Mark Waller, but Mike keeps it covered. As James Hutton has spun into the wall out of turn 14. We'll have a look replay of that. What happened here with James Hutton? I think James just took too much curb, yet he did too much curb on the inside of turn 14 and spins into the wall on the right. Bit of damage there for the Lambo, but keeps it going. He has lost a lot of time though. Robert Bjorkman is closer to Alavi than Alavi is to Ellis now. This battle the scaps have stayed the same though. 7 and 6/10, round about there all race. So Eric is close to Daniel Montero again. Liam, can you remind Greg later on that we should have a talk about point system? If it is, as Montero goes very defensive here on the straight, doesn't want to give Eric McGurk any slipstream of what kind, because he knows that Ford is very dangerous on a straight line. When it does gain that extra edge. As Dabrowski is hounding the rear of Jeffrey Widow. Now Jeffrey has to keep, as Dabrowski has a look on the inside into turn 11 happen, and this will force Mike Waller to have a very good run out of that as well, and he is going side by side for Jeffrey Widow, and Liam Bowe is right there. We'll go to the helicam shot. Look, they're going formation style nearly. Mike Waller on the inside of Dabrowski, but does not go for the move as Liam breaks very late, and so does Jeffrey Widow. It's going to stay side by side, everyone. Maybe even 3 wide there on the exit, but Mike Waller does keep the position up on Jeffrey Widow after having completed on the straight. Jeffrey Widow does defend it from Liam. He's battling. Oh, as Liam and Jeffrey go side by side into turn 15 and 16 this lap. Will he keep it stick on around the outside? Yes, he does, Liam. What a move. Might have been the overtake of the day. Go back up to this battle of Eric McGurk now. An update on P2 and 3 as Greg Ellis has driven away from Robert Alavi. Alavi is now 1.4 away from Greg Ellis, so that battle has come down, but Bjorkman is still there around that second behind. Last time by Ellis was 2/10 faster than Alavi. And actually, so yeah, this battle might stop there if they keep on going like this at this pace. Sadly though, Greg Ellis' pace is the same as Victor, so he's not gaining anything on him, sadly, but as it is. Christian Briscoe is 19th. After that, stop go 30 got for speeding a pit lane. Now Freewheeler has lost position to Liam Bowe. That must have been earlier or a bit earlier on. Sorry, I did not find out about that because I was focusing on hurry up. I was focused on this. Eric McGurr. Oh, and Lorenzo will just say, please, thank you very much for you guys having contact. Oh, what happened here? As we'll go 56 back. Helicam. Oh, moving on the braking for both of them there. They have a little bit of contact after had, but sad, but keeps it back in position there, and we'll just keep on fighting. No real loser of that. Oh. Heck needs to calm himself down a little bit because he cannot, being that aggressive, will not give him any help in the championship of getting ahead of Daniel Montero, as James Terrier has shown some impressive pace today. Is 17 seconds clear of Daniel Montero, so it is very unlikely that even Eric McGurr will be ahead of Daniel Montero, sadly, in the championship. Or sadly it isn't, but in the way of that for him, as Tosoldi is now getting Eric under pressure more so than Eric did on Daniel earlier, or as of now, as this battle down for P12 that is now. Liam Bowe has also gotten ahead of Mike Waller, as we had that replay earlier on, as Jeffrey Witter has got a drive-through penalty, ladies and gentlemen. So this might help Mike Waller maintain position, I believe. Is it maintaining or is it overtaking? It is overtaking in a championship. There is. So that may help him, but that is way further apart than what I thought, actually. As last time by, Victor had a very slow lap, a 2:06.6. Greg did 1.1, got 1.1 seconds faster. That may have been because of this. Yes, Osric Major is back marker here. Back markers do not, as he goes very wide now, be a good back marker and just let Ellis by. But Ellis has lost time on this, and now Robert Lavie is right back into this fight against Greg Ellis. Back down to 7/10. The gap is down to 7/10 again. Mike Waller, this battle has also come a bit down between him, Liam Bowe, and Jeffrey Witter. Jeffrey Witter does have that drive-through. With that drive-through, he will go behind Ricardo Colombo, I believe. My calculations from yesterday being about 40-second pit lane. It's only about 30 maybe. Mike Waller has not given up on this 13th place. He wants Liam Bowe. He wants to overtake him. He wants this class win for the AM. Steckenberg actually has a very. Ooh, is that's not him. I thought for a second that was Greg Ellis. But Declan has an easy class P1 at the moment over James Terry. Over in the silvers, as we can see, has about a 10-second gap down to James Terry, and James Terry is a very nice gap of 17 seconds to Daniel Montero, so no pressure from behind. So Eric McGurr is back under a second to Daniel Montero, so Scrabble will continue. As he outbreaks himself totally after happen. That won't help him. As Jeffrey Witter does his drive-through, as I said about. Now, this will be. Before I look, I have to look over Liam. As I said, this may have been the 30 seconds or so, but Liam is close to Dabrowski. He's close up to Dabrowski again. So Michael is right there. I believe Dabrowski might have had a slight mistake somewhere. With 8 minutes to go, Victor is on 5th last lap or so. It really depends on his pace now. We'll check back with that later on when we go to the final lap. Dean and Liam, you're still there, right? You're still on the edge or in your seats, watching the battles up for this P12, right? God. This is the closest battle we have. This battle for P12 between Jaroslav Dabrowski, Liam Bowe, and Mike Waller. These two drivers from the Great Britain want to probably overtake the Polish driver here. The national problem. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. It's not like I think that probably Liam has a good run, but that is a Ford he has in front of him, so the Ford will probably still beat him in a straight line. Really, Liam? Can you like just I will in a bit when this comes a bit more down look into the Mike Waller and Jeffrey Witter situation more in the standings, but I believe that Jeffrey has to lose way more than he has done so far to can maintain it. Oh, you do. It's a 14-point gap. Mike is in 14th place, that's 55 points, and Jeffrey Witter is in 17th, that's 49 points. That's a 6-point difference. That is not enough. That is sadly not enough for that, as Liam Bowe has overtaken Jaroslav Dabrowski in the happen, but then leaves himself vulnerable down this straight now. Dabrowski is in this Ford, and he will definitely have the overspit here as we're gonna go. Okay, well, look at this. Go side by side into turn 12. He's still there. He's still there on the outside there, Liam Bowe, and keeps it around the outside. Nice defense there. I think Jaroslav Dabrowski was a bit cautious there. Did not want anything happening to the other driver. He wanted to stay clean, as he has a little lucky and nice on the braking there, but Liam just gets the traction again, so this has resumed. Holy. Yeah, lowest point you can get this race is 45. That will be Christian Briscoe at the moment. And if the highest AM driver is 58 right now, so yeah. Even by then, it's not enough. Just calculation wise, Mike has to be P12 and Jeffrey has to be P19 for him to gain the position in the championship, which won't happen, I believe. But talking about Christian Briscoe, he's caught up to Osric Major. He has Osric makes a very bad, huge mistake after turn 12 without breaking himself. So Osric, that's a position change. As I want to have a look at Victor really quickly, because I want to have a look at how many laps are to go. I think we will have 2 more to go. When it crosses the line, I believe 3 actually to go here. That is 3 laps to go, everyone. Quick maths. As Greg Ellis has gotten the gap under 3 times, as Dabrowski gets another drive through, that will not help him. But will help Mike Waller in this situation. No fights at the moment around only this thing, but Dabrowski has a drive through. That is actually his second of the day. Talking about that. So this is one of those who did not drive yesterday. So Dean was probably was right about these guys that have not driven, have not gotten accustomed to these track limits. Does he take it this lap? Yes, he does. Can I look at... I'll look at statistics real quick. Who's the highest mover? Mike Wallace started 18th, so he's 13, so he's the highest mover actually. As James Houghton goes into the pit lane again. Now, is this because of damage? Has he decided he has too much damage, so he wants to repair? Or is this something else? I think it is because of damage or retirement here. As Declan Brogan, it has actually closed a lot up to Robert Bjorkman. There was 7 seconds between earlier on or so. Now it's down to 3. Sadly, only with 1 to 2 laps remaining, I do not believe that will happen much in that way. Brovsky did go ahead of Jeffrey Witter. They actually do that, Liam. They actually do it per class. If you go to it, it will actually say, "Oh, this guy was P1 in that class," and so if you actually sort out the standings to the classes. But I don't know if that is how we'll do it, because then if you could just win your class for 100 points instead of getting the overall maybe 60 something in the race finishing, like. Let's say they finished P10 in the race, but it was a silver. Let's say it's a silver, but then they get 67 points, or in the terms because they won in silver, 100 points. So it's either one of the two. I think we need to have a chat about that for this up. One that I don't. Well, I can be there if you want, but it doesn't have to. As we're about to go on to the final lap, maybe, or has Victor just slowed down a bit? Gap is down to under 2 seconds between him and Greg Ellis. Victor, as much as he thought this was not gonna be contested, he cannot afford to make a mistake now, otherwise Greg Ellis will be right there. Dabrowski is gonna have a move, final corner on Ricardo Colombo, gonna go side by side and get a good exit. Gonna drag race up until turn 1. See, Victor is at the final corner now. Will he take? Well, this will be another lap up onto lap 29. Final lap has arrived. White flag out for everyone as Dabrowski did go ahead of Ricardo Colombo to turn 1. That's definitely something to analyze about since on SimGrid, I think, Liam, either way. As Lorenzo Soldi, Nick Magura is going side by side into turn 19, sorry. Eric, I think Daniel has gotten this secured now with the standard championship position in terms of Eric Maguru. Now, is this something for Soldi? Where is Evo in this championship? He is up in P14. So that is not any place. Actually, he has not gained much from this. I was looking if there was anything near him. No, he wasn't, but as Greg Ellis is under 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, of Victor Bashik into the third sector. This is where the Ford struggles. We did see struggle early on with it, as Evo is very close to Lorenzo back down to the cabin. We have to see if this will be a dive. It might be James Harden does get a drive through here at the end, sadly for him. It was not a dive. Evo does have a good traction there, but Greg Ellis is very close. We'll keep an eye on both as what has happened. So in Evo have fighting. Oh, Victor is gonna go across the line as P1 won by literally nothing. Nearly, as we'll go back to this here. Won by 1.5 tenths, Victor. Just what he needed to do, nothing more. Whew. So we'll go back to this above P8. Definitely, there's also with a battle with Ricardo Colombo in the final in the first sector, but we can return to that a little bit later. This is more the battle. Lorenzo slowly giving it everything and spinning out of turn 19. Loses position to Iva Sorisic. He tried a bit too much to gain it, to overtake Eric McGurran there. As Jeff Witter did have a look, but I think he has made a mistake. Of there's been contact. I want to go back actually. What has happened here? Is there what is happened here? Because there was a gap for nothing here. As oh, he just missed braking so much into the hairpin there, Jeffrey. Badly for him. Now we did have a replay of that 30 seconds to go and have a look. Do you see some people having left the race? Evo, for example, they should have kept, so I could have known where they would finish. But Dabrowski crossed the line, as I believe that was actually P14. Colombo crossed the line in 15th place actually. There we go. And that is all for this season 3 of the World Tour. We will be back after the holidays. We will be back in a few weeks time, a month's time maybe, for season 4. We still need to plan that out, but this has been the final round of the World Tour season 3 as Victor wins the final round across from Greg Ellis. Robert Lavi has P3, Robert Bjorkman P4, we had Declan Broken P5, James Terry P6, Daniel Montero P7, Eric McGurr P8, Ivo Socha P9, and Lorenzo Trasoldi running out the top 10. Axel H finished P11, Liam Bowe finished P12, Mike Waller finished P13, Joseph Dabrowski finished P14, Carl Colombo finished P15, Jeffrey Witter P16, Christian Briscoe P17, Osric Major P18, James Harden P19, and Robin Masson had a disconnect at some point.